That's it? No mercy? That's the worst finale ever. I kid, of course. Please don't hurt me. Reunion dropped yesterday, and if that episode doesn't put this show more on the map, then I don't know what will. As you can tell by the title of this video, it's going to be focused on Anne and Sasha's relationship and the outcome that unfolded between the two by the end of the episode. At the start of the episode, more was revealed about Sasha and Anne's relationship back home on Earth. It was 3 months ago on Anne's birthday, and some girl named Maggie tried to pick a fight with her for pretty much no reason. Then Sasha stepped in and threatened the girl, saying she wouldn't be able to attend Sasha's house party if she continued to bug Anne. Of course, the girl backed down because, let's face it, Sasha is more than likely the most popular girl in her grade at the very least. Granted, even though she's popular, she's also a delinquent who likes to peer pressure people. Try saying that 3 times fast. Peer pressure people. Stealing the calamity box wasn't the only thing Sasha peer pressured Anne into doing. Sasha pretended to be sick during their science class and forced Anne into cutting class with her. Quick side note, there was a creepy Easter egg in the science class scene when the frog Anne was supposed to dissect looked exactly like Hot Pop. Also, in the opening shot of the school, if you look in the background, you can see characters that are based off Ness, Paula, Jeff, and Pooh from Earthbound. I didn't even catch that one specifically until my second watch through the episode. Shout out to Nintendo. But back to Sasha being a bad influence. Even just during that little skip school montage, you can see that she just doesn't really care about anything but getting enjoyment out of things no matter what. Like, when she and Anne were at the arcade playing the Dance Dance Revolution-esque game, after the song ended, she kicked the machine so she could get her quarters back. She spray painted her name in graffiti on the wall of a building and wrote a shopping cart down a public sidewalk, knocking people over in the process. During all these activities, Anne was the only one who seemed to be really uncomfortable and actually worrying about the consequences of her and Sasha's actions. It gets even worse once it's damn near time for Anne's family party and Sasha starts ragging on her, saying how she's a goody two-shoes and she needs to relax and hang out with her friends that love her. She's literally a walking villain from one of those peer pressure documentaries you'd watch in middle school about why you shouldn't do drugs. But seriously, she's a bit of a bully. When I first started making Amphibia content a month ago, I theorized that Sasha or Marcy maybe weren't the sole reasons Anne had twisted views when it came to friendship. Well, this episode confirms that Sasha definitely played a major role in it. I do hope in season 2 they can give us more insight on why Sasha acts like that in the first place. I mean, apparently she and Anne had been friends since kindergarten. I doubt she'd always been that rough, but you know, hey, I could be wrong. For a while now, the synopsis of Reunion had been out, and it was saying that the Toads were going to throw a banquet for the frogs, and that was the case, but there was a catch to it. Hot Pop had apparently become a symbol of revolution throughout the valley due to his past actions, like standing up to the Toad taxpayers and the whole thing with the stand and running for mayor against Mayor Toadstool. And the Toads wanted to make an example out of him by feeding him to a giant Venus flytrap. This would demotivate the frogs of Wartwood greatly, and they'd in turn be easier for the Toads to control, just like Grime wants. Naturally, Anne doesn't agree with this plan because she values the Plantars like they're her second family. You know, they took her in and developed a genuine relationship with her. Sasha, of course, doesn't care though. She's willing to just do whatever it takes to leave Amphibia. She's definitely a very goal-oriented individual, but she's also incredibly selfish and doesn't value anyone in Amphibia other than Anne and Marcy, kind of. Because they're not human, she thinks she's above them. Quick side note again, back in my first Amphibia video, I said Sasha ending up in Toad Tower is kind of like potential karma for treating Anne so badly, which in a sense it kind of was, but not in the same sense that I had originally thought. Because when you get right down to it, she and Grime are pretty much a perfect match for each other. They don't value others' well-beings and just want to achieve what will help them get what they want. Sasha was able to continue her manipulative ways in Toad Tower so she could get what she wanted while also making one of the Valley's already fiercest warriors into an even bigger threat. The whole part with Sprig standing up to Sasha for Anne was perfect. Nobody, presumably, ever stood up for Anne like that, especially against Sasha, and it really showed how Sprig was always a better friend than Sasha was. This moment inspired Anne to stand up to Sasha on her own, and they had a duel. Beautifully animated, by the way. Once the tower began to explode, shout out to Wally, and Sasha almost fell and saved her from falling. The Plantars helped too because Anne damn near fell herself while she was trying to save Sasha. This is when Sasha had her giant realization and kind of change of heart. The Plantars were willing to risk their own lives to prevent Anne and Sasha from falling, even after everything that happened. She realized maybe Anne would just be happier if she was with the Plantars, aka people who genuinely care about her well-being. Sasha forcibly let go of Anne's hand and decided to fall while Lean On Me was playing in the background. I swear to God, in that moment of first watching the scene, I actually thought that they were going to kill this girl. I actually thought she was going to die, but then Grime saved her, and I'm like, oh yeah, she's literally required. The calamity box jumps. This episode ended a lot more tragically than I thought it was going to, man. It does seem like Sasha has at least started to come around because of, you know, what happened and how she decided to fall, but because she passed out, she's with Grime and the Toads again, so I'm kind of hoping that they don't pull something, you know, where like Sasha gets amnesia from the fall and Grime just manipulates her. She'll be like, oh, where am I? And Grime's like, oh yeah, Anne made you fall and I saved you, Anne and the Plantars are bad, all that type of crap. Like, at this point, I feel like it would be almost too much conflicts at this point for the show when it comes to season 2. Like, the thing is, if season 2 also ends up being 20 episodes, I'm just not sure how they'll incorporate that on top of, you know, where's Marcy at and the Calamity Box stuff. It would just feel like almost too much at this point. And townie type episodes will of course have to be a thing. I mean, they're kind of a necessity with cartoons like this, and they're not necessarily a bad thing, but I mean, they are going to take up space. So my point is, I'm hoping that Sasha maybe comes to Wartwood on her own accord to make up with Anne properly after she wakes up, of course. It's gonna be a long wait for season 2, fellas. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get anything until 2020, but it's gonna be worth the wait, I'm sure. The day all 3 of these girls reunite and are proper friends with each other is going to be the best day ever. I think that just about does it for this video. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of the finale. What do you think will, you know, happen with Sasha's character from here on out? I would love to know your thoughts. As usual, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Take care. Bye-bye.